Alright, okay, so I'm here with Ryan Nagel, the sauce rap god.
Good evening, Wicked Fucker.
Yeah. Um, so, what is a sauce rap?
That's a very difficult question for me. Because when I think about it, you think back to like previous artists who have been, respected or idolized or brought up by society, which I believe is what's happening to me at this point in my life. You think back to Manet, you think back to Monet, you think back to Gauguin, Van Gogh, all these guys, they simply painted. That's what they did. I mean, they couldn't help but. I mean, who they were, that's what they did. Now, I make raps. I make them, I put them together, I enjoy them, I love them. It's me. It really is. It's how I do things. But now, when Van Gogh would paint a picture, it's not like he'd sit there and say, "Now this is an impressionist painting. That's what this is." No, other people would look at it and say, "That's what I feel. That's what I think it is." He was just doing what he does, and that's all I do. Other people may call them sauce raps. Other people may, try to limit them or try to define them or know what they are. But there's nothing to know. It's merely me. It's just what I do. It's who I am. It's how I work.
Okay, what goes into a sauce rap?
The sauce I think sometimes gets overplayed because it's very much, the sauce is important. I mean, it is in the name. It's in the name for a reason, right? But there's many things. A little bit of heart, a little bit of attention, a little bit of love. It all comes together. Sometimes you need to put in like a solid. Sometimes you need to put in, maybe an extra amount of sauce. Maybe double the sauce. It really depends. When I pull a tortilla out of the bag, I like to look at that tortilla. I like to know and feel what that tortilla wants. Because to me, it's not like I'm just creating a snack for myself. It's more like I'm having a relationship with the tortilla, I'm having a relationship with the sauces. We're all communicating, we're harmonizing. You need to, it's like I'm bringing the spirit out. I'm finding this rap somewhere in the cosmos, and I'm bringing it to me. I'm bringing it here into our earth plane in order for me to taste it and in order for everyone to really sort of enjoy it, because they're works of art, aren't they? I mean, there's no balls about it. That's just what they are. They're works of art. But what is a sauce rap? What goes into a sauce rap? It really just comes down to a variety of things. You just need to know what it is you feel like, what's going to work, what isn't. And it's just about a communication. It's like an orchestra. When you bring in those drums, and when you bring in those trumpets, and you harmonize them, and you bring them into one collective, cohesive whole. That's what a sauce rap is.
So, how is the sauce rap usually prepared?
Typically, I forgot my little wand. This is the thing that brings it all together. This little tool here. I probably would be half the artist that I am today if I didn't have this. This, you just whip it on there. You get a little bit of what you're going for. Sometimes I like some hummus. I do like hummus. I like the hummus almost all the time, practically. It's just, it really sort of brings some body to it. It's a sauce with body, and I really like that. I bring the hummus on there. I would get some cheese maybe. Some beans. Rice sometimes works. And then, of course, there's the sauce. You gotta bring some different sauces. Taco Bell sauce makes really good shit. That's not so bad. Just different spices. I'm really starting to explore more into the area of spices. I bought some organic Indian spice, some Mexican spice. I'm trying to become a little bit more ethnic, a little bit more, explore the realms in which I can go in. Because you can only really explore one area for too long. And I'm really trying to, I'm trying to unify cultures within one rap. That's a little bit of a sneak preview of what I'm working on, but, I think it's okay to divulge that much. I mean, there's 100 other guys out there making raps too, but, I think I just got a little something special. I think I've got, that connection, and, we'll see what turns out.
So, do you think, money has anything to do with, sauce raps?
Money. Of course it does. Of course it does. I wouldn't make raps if I didn't make them to money, I mean, it comes down to that, right? If you made a lot of money, you'd be able to make brilliant raps. And, shit. If you don't make much money, you're almost forced to be more artistic because you're working with what you got. But, I think that I've done that. I've worked with like very minimal amounts of recipes, very minimal amounts of substances, and now I'm a little bit more on the rise, so to speak. I think it's my duty as a sauce maker, as a sauce wrap proprietor, to bring something new, and a lot of times that does require money, and so it's not so much that I'm attached to gaining money or anything like that. It's just a little bit more like, what can you do with the resources in which you are able to hold? And I feel that when people make contributions to me, when people make contributions to my life, they want some better wraps, and so I try to get them. I think we're done.
Yeah.
Bye, Wicked Fucker.